Hi Bo Bakers, today is our first birthday. It has been 57 episodes, 8 million views, almost 200,000 subscribers, 170,000 likes and 30,000 comments. And to celebrate this momentous occasion, what else could I make but a double rainbow cake? So let's get baking. This recipe is actually a throwback to the very first episode that we did here on Bigger Bolder Baking, and that was for marbled rainbow cake. But today we're going to jazz up this already amazing cake and create a double rainbow effect. The cake that we're using is my master recipe for yellow cake. In a large bowl, we're going to add in our flour, white sugar, brown sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. And then whisk all these ingredients together. When I bake, you will always see me weigh out my dry ingredients, weigh out my wet ingredients, and then mix both of them together because you get so much better results when it comes to baking. Now in a separate jug, we're going to add in our buttermilk, yogurt or sour cream, eggs, and vanilla extract, and then whisk all these together. I know buttermilk is hard to find in some countries, so I'm going to put a recipe in the description box below this video of how you can make your own buttermilk, along with the measurements for the rainbow cake and the method. Before you add your wet ingredients into your dry, you want to melt your butter so it's at room temperature before you use it, because if it's too hot, it actually will set on your mix. So to mix your cake, add all your wet into your dry ingredients, and then gently mix together. As you can see, it's a really thick cake mix, but once you get the flour nice and wet but not fully mixed, now we add in the butter. This is such a lovely moist cake, and the one thing you don't want to do is over mix it because it'll actually end up quite tough. So just gently fold all your ingredients together and then stop. Now that we have our cake batter made, we're going to divide this mix between 6 bowls evenly and colour it. Just add a little food dye to your batter. Give it a mix and then add more until you get your desired colour. I'm making red, orange, yellow, green, blue and purple. All the colours of the rainbow. Okay, so now that we have our cake batter coloured, we're going to start to build our marble rainbow cake. And the thing I love about this is that you never get the same cake. You always get a unique, different cake every time. For my cake, I'm using a 6-inch tin because I want it to be narrow and high, so I buttered and lined this one, but the recipe actually makes an 8 or a 9-inch cake. Just lay all of your beautiful colours one in on top of the other. There's no rhyme or reason to how I'm doing this. We just want to create a beautiful marbled effect with all the different colours. One tip is to use small spoonfuls so you get lots of different colour. And then just keep on building up your colours. Just imagine once you cut into this cake what it's going to look like. You will never get the same result twice. This rainbow cake looks gorgeous and it's ready for the oven. Bake your rainbow cake at 350 degrees for 45 to 55 minutes or until it's firm in the middle. While your cake is baking, it's a good idea to make your buttercream. Now I've made this in a previous video for Funfetti celebration cake and I'm going to put a link in the description box below. This is my master recipe for buttercream, so I know you'll love it. So to truly make this a double rainbow cake, we're going to colour our frosting just like we did our cake batter to create a beautiful rainbow effect around the outside. You want to divide it up into 6 bowls and colour it just like you did before. The best thing about making your own rainbow cake is that you can do any colours you like. You don't have to do the ones that I did. I'm going to set these bowls aside until we're ready to frost our cake. I just want to take a minute to say thank you all for subscribing to my channel, and I just want to let you know what's ahead for 2015. I have lots more no machine ice cream flavours, including cotton candy, bubblegum, mint chocolate chip, everything you've been asking for. Also, I've lots more 1-minute mug cakes to come. I know how much you love them, so I've lots more on the way. Also, I have a really special bread series coming and I'm going to show you how to make pizza and lots of other doughs. This is going to be a bigger production, so it's going to take a little bit longer for us to make, so stay tuned for that. Our timer's gone off, so let's check on our cake. Our cake is done and it looks and smells amazing. You can see all the beautiful colour on the top that we created. I'm going to set this guy aside, let it go totally cold, and then we'll be able to frost it. One of my favourite parts of making this cake is getting to slice into it and seeing the beautiful marble effect that we created. I made this cake yesterday, so it was ready in time to frost today. I'm going to cut around 5 to 6 layers into this cake, depending on how much I can get, because I want to give it really good height. Now let's see what it looks like on the inside. Gorgeous, look at that, it's so pretty. Put that aside and then cut out another layer. This is what I meant about each cake being unique and different. This layer is so different to this one, but they're both really beautiful. Now just keep cutting all of your thin layers. I'm doing mine free form and they're turning out really great. I'm going to cut off this bump on the top of the cake because I want to create a nice flat surface, because this is actually going to end up being the bottom of our cake. I can't believe how vibrant these colours are and it smells lovely. Our next step is to frost the layers with the rainbow frosting we already made. The bottom layer of my cake is actually going to be my top, and that's why we leveled it off so it was nice and flat. So we're going to turn this over and we're going to put some purple icing on this, and we're going to work our way up to the red. Now I actually have a little turntable to put my icing on, but if you don't worry about it, it's not essential. Lay your next layer on. Try and lay your layers on even. I know it's kind of hard. And go with your next color of frosting. And then continue with your next layers and all your other colors of frosting. Just look at the contrast of these colors. It is just unreal. This has to be like the ultimate celebration cake. The frosting in the middle also keeps the cake moist and it gives it more flavor in every bite. And then on with the final layer. At this point, you want to make sure the cake is nice and straight. I'm going to finish off the top with red as well because the final cake will have red on the top. And what I'm doing now is actually creating the crumb layer. Run your spatula along the side and you're going to unearth some loose crumbs, and as you can see, you're already getting a gorgeous rainbow. So you can see what it's going to look like. Look at that. Wow. What a pretty spatula. Also, when we go to frost it properly, we'll be able to tell what colors we're doing where. I know this might look messy now, but when we're finished icing it, it is going to look amazing. Now that we've done our crumb layer, I'm going to put this cake in the fridge for around 15 minutes or so and let this icing set, so it'll be much easier to decorate on top of it. Now that our crumb layer is set, we're going to decorate our cake to give it that double rainbow effect. We're going to decorate our cake from the bottom all the way to the top, creating an ombre effect of rainbow layers. With a small spatula, do thin layers of all your colors, and don't worry if it's messy, if there's little holes. We're going to fix all of that in the end because this is a rustic looking cake, and you know what, the messier the better. The beauty of creating an ombre effect is that when the colors marry together, they look gorgeous, and it's like it's the way they're meant to be. Run your spatula flat along the side of the cake and you'll see the beautiful rainbow colors blend together. Don't worry if you missed a spot because you can go back over it with icing. This cake looks gorgeous, but you have to see the inside to get the full effect. Use a serrated knife to cut a big piece. And then behold your amazing cake. It is so bright and vivid. It's a double rainbow cake all the way. This rainbow cake is perfect for any celebration, but especially when you're 1 year bolder. Thank you all so much for subscribing to my channel. And if you love rainbow cake, then share this video with a friend. And I'll see you back here again next Thursday for more bigger, bolder baking.